You know, it's been quite a while since I decided to play one single game for a long period of time, otherwise known to some people as maining a game, in case you don't know or in case you're just slow. But the fact remains the same, Battlefield 5 has been the one game I've been consistently playing for more or less the last 4 weeks. And that's the only game I've been playing for the last 3.5 to 4 weeks. Probably since a few weeks before the Wake Island update, up to now, I've just been non-stop playing Battlefield 5, and I absolutely hate myself for doing so, because, in all honesty, since the TTK update, this fucking game has become significantly more unfun to play, and every time I play it, I find myself hating it more and more every single time. But some of you may be wondering, Edge, why the fuck are you doing this to yourself? You know Battlefield 5 sucks in this current iteration. Why do you continue to punish yourself? Simple. Tides of War. So let me backtrack so some of you may understand. Tides of War is essentially I guess you can call a battle pass type of, thing where, the more you play the game, you unlock weapons, cool cosmetics, battlefield coin, just some random shit. Most of it is either really bad or just not completely useful. However, in this, iteration of Tides of War, the only weapons I believe we've been getting, well, we've gotten a few weapons, like, melee weapons. There's a pistol involved. There's there's actually some pretty decent looking skins in this one. There's a lot of good stuff in this. And even the last, I would have a picture of it, but the last, iteration, or the last, level of the Tides of War, the last thing you unlock before you get the dog tag, is a really cool, I think the last two, is a really cool, US and Japanese soldier skin. In this case, let me describe it for you since I don't have a photo for you guys to look at. It's basically a US soldier with some really cool shades, really cool camo, clothes and whatnot. It just looks really dope. And I said to myself, shit, if I ever, play this game enough to, try and grind for this sort of thing, I'd like to get that. And that's pretty much what I have been doing consistently for the last 3.5 to 4 weeks, is just play this game constantly so that I could try to unlock it. I think in this point in time of me recording this video, I'm like level 21 or 22. I still have a month of this to go. Granted that this Tides of War season ends, the end of January, so I still have plenty of time. However, what I did not count on is the fact that each time you build up, or each time you go up a level in Tides of War, the amount of points you have to earn increases more and more. So, you can go from like 15,000 to 20 to 25,000, 30,000, I think I'm like at the 90,000 to 100,000 range right about now. It just constantly, builds up in points, the amount of points you have to get. Personally, I fucking hate that concept, because I don't know why you can't just, constantly just play the game, get 100,000 points a level, blah, blah, blah. Good players could do that easily, and probably even semi-good players like myself could do that in a longer period of time, but, still with relative ease. However, like I said before, Battlefield 5 in its current iteration is just in an absolute shit show. It's in a horrible state, this game. The performance sucks, the TTK sucks, it's just really hard. Game modes are incredibly hard to play because it seems like every fucking team I play with is just a bunch of spastics that don't know how to fucking play Battlefield. That seems to be what the case is every single time. And I've said this before and I'll say it again, the team balancing in this game is at an all-time worst because it's just that bad. No one knows what the fuck they're doing, which is why I'm in a top 10 position pretty much every single time. And I gotta be honest with you guys, it's been a long time since I decided to consistently play one game. I haven't touched Destiny 2's latest DLC that released a couple weeks ago. I haven't touched, any of my Call of Duty games in quite a long time, whether it be Modern Warfare, World War II, Black Ops 3, etc. I haven't touched even Battlefield 1, which I hadn't really played in a while anyway, but I still would like to play every once in a while. I haven't done that. I haven't played Battlefield 4 in several weeks. World of Tanks, World of Warships has been the only game I played because Christmas I got 3 days of free premium, and the fact that I'm Tier 4, trying to get to Tier 5, and knowing that some of the ships in Tier 4 for the US is absolute garbage, looking at you, Omaha, I had to build and, try and get enough XP so I don't have to worry about it the next time I hop on. But yeah, that's basically what I've been doing. I've played 2 games in the last 3.5, 4 weeks, and I absolutely hate myself because, oh god, the things I do for a fucking cool soldier with shades, I mean, goddamn, I just absolutely hate myself. Really. But seriously, here's a question for you guys. Leave down in the comments section if you feel so inclined to answer. Have you guys ever had this sort of position where you played one game consistently to grind for a certain thing? It could be Fortnite, it could be, because I know Fortnite pretty much is basically the same thing, or it used to be, where you had to basically play the game all the time to get what you wanted out of it. And that's basically, and I stopped playing it for that reason. World of Tanks and World of Warships is another game that you pretty much need to grind on in order to, get the required amount of XP points and currency, in-game currency, to get what you want out of it. I don't know, man. It's just, I gotta say, the last time I even tried doing something like this, it was like Battlefield 1, because I don't know if you guys remember, for those of you who went through the whole stage of Battlefield 1, and who were actually able to make it from 99 to 100 in terms of the levels. I remember I played, Battlefield 1 consistently for a few months just to earn, enough points to get from, level 99 to 100, because that shit was insane. I remember one of my buddies got to there before me, and he told me, "Oh, I hope you have an eternity to play the game, because that's basically what it's going to take for you to, get that many points." Lo and behold, he was right, and I basically spent, god damn, it felt like a long time, but it was more like, I want to say 2 months, maybe, if that. 2 months of consistently playing the game. Not every day like I am with Battlefield 5, but enough for me to, at least have some sort of impact in what I was doing. And granted, this is completely different from Battlefield 5. Going from one level to the next for, 2.5 million points is completely different. At least I think so, in the sense where, Battlefield 5, you gotta consistently grind to get the season pass and shit. And there's one thing I want to talk about before this game ends, is that, the amount of points, I never realized this, ever since they changed the new UI, because, there was a bug in the game that said, oh, we can't fetch your report, which is essentially a meme at this point in time in the Battlefield community. I never realized how little points you actually earn for Tides of War. I can get 10,000 points a game consistently and only get about 7,000, Jesus. Only get about 7,000 out of the 10,000 I earned. What the fuck's the point of playing at this point? Because I'm only going to get fucked out of what I earned. I guess I got to keep doing the challenges for, each Tides of War new weapon or skin that comes out, because that's the only way I'm ever going to get chapter XP. Anyway, guys, that's my rant and my talk with you. Hope you enjoy. I'll see you all in the new year. Have a great day, and peace out.